Alrighty everyone, game number 2 in this best of 5 series that was played at the WCS in Austin, and was of course the quarterfinal of that tournament. Spawning here in the top right hand corner of Lost and Found Ellie, playing with the red Terran pieces. He's currently down in the series, but certainly not out of it just yet. His name is HeroMarine. And his opponent spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of the map, playing with the blue Zerg pieces. He's currently up in the series and wants to keep this series rolling in his favor. I'm talking about the best player on the planet. His name is Serral. So guys and girls, game number 1 in this best of 5 series, as I said, was a back and forth brawl. Really, there were moments where it felt that HeroMarine had an advantage to really just kind of take over and beat Serral, and kind of, you know, had some opportunities there, but just I felt like there were times where he just overextended a little bit, and it just really messed up his chances of taking a lead in this series. And on the flip side, Serral went ahead and was very patient, played very good defense, and that translated to very good offense and just slowly but surely overwhelmed his opponent. So that being said, in this game, you know, you're down, you know, one game against the best player on the planet, and you're HeroMarine. What do you do in this situation? Do you go for some cheese, or do you just play the standard macro focus game because you feel like you might feel like you had that first game, you had such big opportunities, and you just let it slip by? So are you just going to stick with that macro focus game? We're about to find out here, because it looks like Serral did decide to go for a very quick spawning pool, and so spawning pool into the natural hatchery, and then of course the extractor afterwards. And it looks like he is going to have some Zerglings coming across the map here. They're going to probably try to snipe this SCV. It looks like HeroMarine's going to go for that barracks into the orbital command and then the natural command center. And then, of course, as I said, followed up with a factory. But these Zerglings are starting to move across the map, and there's 6 of them in total. And so the question is are they going to be able to get the snipe on this SCV? Because it does look like these Zerglings are already on their way across the map here. It looks like he's going to split these units up. They're going to try to go ahead and snipe down this reactor. They are able to get they're able to stop production on that command center, so that's a really big ordeal. They're also going to start trying to get, oh my, they got into that reactor. Just a little bit of some miss micro there by HeroMarine, and now the question is he's going to start trying to go after the supply depot and try to literally hurt his supply, and that's exactly what happens. Wow! Serral is doing a lot of damage, surprisingly, with such a few amount of Zerglings. Beautiful play here, and it does look like that starport is scouted as well. So not only does Serral supply block HeroMarine, he also gets some SCVs for his troubles. He also gets that reactor, and then on top of all of that, he gets the scouting information. He's going on his 3rd hatchery now, so very interesting. I mean, just an interesting way, you know. Serral just finds ways to do such big amounts of damage with so many little units. It may not seem like he did a whole lot of damage there, guys, but in the grand scheme of things, when we're talking the highest level of Starcraft 2, that is a lot of damage that he did against HeroMarine, who's a very good Terran opponent. That said, though, it looks like we're starting to see the tech of choice. We're going to see Cloaking Field being researched, and we're going to see a Banshee coming out as well, which HeroMarine tried to do this in game number 1. Didn't really get a chance to utilize it, though. So let's take a look and see if he's able to. Now, Serral looks like he is going to go ahead and sacrifice this Overlord to see if he can get any types of scouting information, and he very well may see what is happening as far as that's going to be coming out of the starport here very, very shortly. Now, the 3rd command center is going down as well, and I'm wondering if Serral is going to go for another push here. He looks like he's getting that lair, as well as the Baneling nest are going to both be morphed in here. More and more queens are going to be added to the mix as well. But I gotta say, I really like the position Serral's in at this point, at these early stages. He's already in the lead. Stimpak's being researched by HeroMarine, but it just feels right now that Serral is in a really nice position. And now it doesn't look like maybe the Cloaking Field or I should say the Banshee wasn't scouted. Now, obviously, that Banshee is seen now. We are going to see the spores going down as well in the other couple of bases, but it does look like that Banshee may very well not be able to do a whole heck of a lot of damage. There's a possibility he will, but it does look like the Queens are going to be able to see exactly what's going on, and just like that, that entire a small amount of aggression is stopped before it's even able to have the time of day. And there we go, getting us around on one of those Hellions. Very nice play by Serral, but Serral's playing very well right now. He's getting, of course, the centrifugal hooks upgrade for the Banelings out right now as well. And I gotta say, I mean, we're approaching that 6-minute mark, and this creep spread is getting out of hand. It's already starting to really push halfway into the map, and Serral's really focused heavily on that creep spread, which is very smart, of course. And that 4th base is now going down. So Serral is feeling really confident about his current positioning. We are going to see, of course, the double evolution chambers that are going to be started. We are going to see those probably see those +1/+1 upgrades. We do those go down immediately, and then the surround on those Hellions. Beautiful play once again by Serral. So here we go. 3rd command center is going to try to land, but of course there is a changeling that is just chilling there. And Serral is everywhere, sees exactly what's going on. We are seeing the Hydralisk switch up at this point as well. So it looks like a little bit of the same from game number 1. Hatch gas pool opener, I love it. Zerglings are going to see the timing on this, and they see exactly what's going on. They're going to run back home. Nematized Carapace is being researched as well, which is going to be for the Overlord speed. And I got to say, Serral's probably feeling really good about his current positioning, and I'm assuming he's going to probably go after this 3rd command center. Because right now, HeroMarine, I mean, he's starting to finally, he's starting to try to get those upgrades going, which he is getting those +1/+1 ground-based unit upgrades going. But I do think HeroMarine needs to put some pressure on. He's got to start putting pressure on Serral, because if you allow Serral to dictate the pace of the game, you should just basically GG right now, because that is just how good Serral is. You got to put that aggression on Serral as quickly as possible, keep him at home. Easier said than done, trying to clear out a little bit of that creep spread, get rid of some of those tumors to kind of get that creep spread out of here. But it does look like you got to be very careful. You do not want to lose those Marines, and it does look like HeroMarine is going to fly back home. Another factory is being constructed at the 3rd base location, interestingly enough. And it does look like, those, as I said, +1/+1 coming out of the evolution chambers, melee attacks level 1 and ground carapace level 1. Lots of upgrades are finishing at around the same time. Infantry weapons level 1 and infantry armor finishing up for HeroMarine right now. And now muscular augments just finished up for Serral. So, here we go. It does look like, once again, going to try to get the surround, and HeroMarine's not paying attention. It looks like he's trying to hit in multiple places at once, but at the same time, he's kind of losing sight of what is happening to his army, which was getting surrounded, and the Banelings had a heyday over there. +2/+2 is going to be started right now as well for Serral, and it does look like these Banshees starting to do a little bit of some damage, but at the same time, Serral is in a really nice position. Looks like he is going to probably get a little bit aggressive. Got to be very careful, though. It does look like there's not a lot of defense at this 3rd base location. Just not a lot of defense, but here we go. It looks like he is going to be able to finish that off, kind of keep everybody, keep those Zerglings back. We got to keep an eye on these Zerglings, though. It looks like they're going to try to sneak in here and wreak havoc, because this is what Serral does so well. He'll start hitting at multiple angles at once, but here we go. It does look like he's going to start by trying to do a little bit of some damage towards his 3rd base location. Serral is going for his hive right now, also going for another couple of bases. So very, I mean, we're on 6 bases now for Serral. I mean, Serral is just taking over, like, over half of the map. Just absolutely dominating fashion right now. Playing absolutely out of his mind. I love the creep spread by Serral. I mean, and HeroMarine knows it. He knows that this is a problem. And this is going to become more of a problem as this game goes on. But Serral is just trying to kind of keep these keep these Banelings and Zerglings up here. Just kind of keep them at bay. I mean, another handful of Banelings. So many Banelings. The Baneling, Zergling, and Hydralisk composition is in full effect right now, taking me back to the heart of the Swarm when you have that Ling Bane Hydra composition. So deadly at times, but here we go. It just looks like HeroMarine is trying so hard to hold this army back. But at the same time, here comes Serral. He's going to go right into the main base location. That's exactly what he does. Beautiful play here by Serral. And just while all of this is going down on the opposite side of the map where HeroMarine is trying to push, there's just so much damage that's starting to be dealt at this point. Lost mining time's coming in, and then we're also seeing these Zerglings are starting to just have a heyday in the natural base location. Serral is going for that Ultralisk Cavern. He's also going for the Spire as well, trying to get into the late game at this point, starting to get those Vipers out as well. HeroMarine is going to have to go for a push here very soon, but here comes the surround, catching all of these siege tanks off guard. Oh my god, the amount of devastation, but beautiful micro there by HeroMarine. He's not out of this thing just yet. Serral smartly backs off, at least at this point. He may be able to get a couple of these queens for his troubles. Got to be very careful though, going heavily onto creep. This may very well have forced HeroMarine into an all-in type of situation. Serral, once again, is just going to start really trying to plow into this army composition. The Banelings are just absolutely devastating this army. GG is called, and Serral goes up 2-0 against HeroMarine. I hope you guys did enjoy this game between Serral and HeroMarine. And if you guys did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, stay positive, and I will see you guys all in game number 3.